On this episode of the No Chill Podcast, we go big with none other than Glen Big Baby Davis. Coming up as a man-child from Louisiana, Big Baby proved he could hoop with his unique combination of size and mobility. When he got to the pro level, he quickly figured out to really make it, he'd have to use his unorthodox makeup to find his place in the league. Thankfully, he landed on a Boston team that was in win-now mode and demanded its role players to get in where they fit in. For Gil, Big Baby was exactly the kind of guy you want on your roster. Does whatever he has to do for the team to win, doesn't back down, and will shine in his role. From there, Big Baby knows how to have fun and to be himself. That Boston team had the big three, but they also had a team of personalities that became a brotherhood. That's winning culture. There haven't been too many players like Big Baby, and looking at what he's done with basketball, he definitely deserves some more shine. It's the No Chill Podcast. Remember, subscribe and get us every week as we drop every episode. Don't forget you can catch No Chill with Gilbert Arenas on Fubo Sports every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And enjoy this one. What's up? It's No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello. He's Gilbert Arenas.
Yes, sir.
He's the one and only Glen Big Baby Davis in the house.
What's up, sir?
What's up, baby? What's up, man?
Man,
About time y'all get a real brother on this thing, man. I've been ready.
You were knocking on the door.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah.
Guys see us, they want to come on.
Yeah, man.
It's a good time.
Gotta come on to, agency, bro,
Agent Zero, Big Baby, those are like all-time great nicknames, we gotta admit. But
sure.
We know the story of Agent Zero, the Big Baby nickname. That's a story in itself.
That is a story in itself. I got that name from like the hood, cause I was just a big baby, and when I got old enough to play, I was really good. So that's that's Big Baby, he killing. You know what I mean? So it's like middle school. We used to go to all the rival middle schools, and there go Big Baby. It just started getting crazy, and then.
So you were a kid in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the image that comes to my head is Shaq in Blue Chips, and he's in that dusty barn playing ball. Man among those little boys.
Imagine a little bit more ratcheter, just real savage mud babies out there. It was serious.
Louisiana. Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you don't really think a lot of hoopers from Louisiana.
Well,
it's crocodiles and alligators and the bayou, football country.
Well, yeah, it's football country.
Yes.
So were you supposed to be a football player?
I was supposed to be. Yes, I was. I had an opportunity to play and was really, really good. You can see my highlights. I played tailback. You know what I mean? I went to a small school, so we didn't have a lot of skilled players. So it was like, you playing everything. You play tight end, wide. So that's what I played, but I just love basketball, dog. I don't know what it was, dog. I just love basketball to the point where it was just like, you know what? I quit football. Just like Nick Saban came to my school. Les Miles was at Oklahoma State at the time. They always like, but what are you doing? You'll make $70 million, $80 million playing left tackle. I was like, y'all wear a helmet. You won't know who I am. So, I decided to play basketball.
That's a very good point. But also, your style was unorthodox in that way.
Yeah, my style was different. You know what I mean? I would say I was just a star in my role. You know what I mean? Because I had to go straight to it with the Celtics. I had to go hey, listen, we don't need you. You know what I mean? We don't care what you did. You got to do this. That's what Doc was saying. So I learned that fast, and it definitely helped me, in the league.
I think football. Okay, so when I used to watch you, you know how I'm like, oh man, look at the fat boy right there, and I'm like, man, but he don't move. You don't move like a big guy. So I'm like, I was like, man, he moves more like a football player. So you got the weight, but it's fast weight. Yeah. It's quick. Everything was quick movement. I was like, Andre, you skinny, but you fat, Andre. Watch, you know what I mean? we got to stick a guard on him, and then if he gets to the post, we double, but you can't guard him on when he gets to going because he's too quick.
Yeah. I remember playing a guy like Andre. I had to be quicker because he's so longer, and I had to be able to use my width right here to get my angles, almost like how Antoine Jameson played, but I'm bigger, stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, my game is just a little bit different. I was the type of guy that, if you run the right play, I'm gonna get the ball. Because somebody's gonna guard Paul, somebody's gonna guard Ray, and then nobody's gonna guard me if I do what I'm supposed to do. So that's what you've seen, especially when I go back to the finals 10, game 4, me and Nate played well. And, it was because I was at the right place at the right time, doing the right things, and my teammates trusted and moved the ball. So, I just used my size, my width, and then also my IQ too. To make some money in the league.
That's things that people don't understand. Sometimes you get drafted, you're who you are. Like, I'm coming to the draft then you go to a team and they're like, yeah, we don't need you to do what you used to do. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
You know what I mean? And some players can't. So you have great talent just sitting there because they don't know how to adjust to fit.
Yeah.
Like this might not be your moment right now, but you're good enough to play, figure it out. Because I remember when we used to play you guys, we had to change our game plan for you and Nate coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, when you're coming off the bench, you usually come off the bench with no one who can really do much, just waste time.
Yeah.
Just get in there, just play, do, so it was one of those things like we were gifted enough to have Andre come off the bench to give us quick points. And then it was like, well, shit, Andre, you can't guard him. So if they decide to just milk him, we're in trouble. So it was like, all right, this is game plan. If he gets it in the post, we're gonna double.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna play around with a double. Other than that, play him straight up. Nate Robinson, if they do the pick and roll, don't switch.
Don't switch.
You know what I mean? We have to go over, it changes the game plan. So sometimes when it comes to matchups, the second unit matchups is actually the hard.
Yeah.
It's harder because it's like you have two people that you can't actually guard with what you're coming off the bench with.
Yeah.
So sometimes teams have those, but teams don't know how to utilize them.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the best. Teams have guys on the bench that will mess up a game plan, but they don't know how to use it, and you just let everybody off the hook.
Two guys that you had, that he knows one of them, so you got coaches, and that's up to the coach to figure that out. Like, I have all these ingredients, what I'm gonna do with it, especially when it comes to the bench unit. Doc and Stan. Whew. What's the difference between what Doc would do with that and what Stan would do with that? Some guys try to force it, some guys say like, all right, I'm gonna bring out the best of them.
You thrive better under Stan, didn't you?
You know what? It took a while though, because when I came from Boston, and I had the mindset already as far as winning and defense. You know what I mean? I'll never forget. Ryan Anderson was the guy at the time, and it was Dwight. So I came over. They paid me, and Stan kicked me out of practice. Kicked me dead out of practice. I'm like, Stan, we need to get up on the pick and roll. You know what I mean? God damn it, Glen! Get out of practice! Get the out of here! This is not Boston! This is my way! We're gonna do it my way! And that's when I knew. I was like, God damn. Because this is the second team I've ever been on. And
two different coaches.
I was like, oh shit. I walked out the door, slammed the door, I broke the door and just stuck in the wall. So he was a different coach, and Doc was more of a disciplined, strong, hey, good job, but do it again. I'm like, damn, I just handled my damn. Like, it was never enough. You know what I mean? That gave me, fuel to become, a part of that team. You know what I mean? So
Doc would be more of a player's coach, so he has his way, but he'll listen to you.
Yeah, he has his way, but he'll listen to you to, a certain extent.
You know what I mean? He hears you.
Stan will listen to you and, hey, okay, all right, Glen, we'll think about it.
Yeah, think about it. But guess what? It stands right.
But it ain't gonna go nowhere.
And also Stan is going, good job, Glen. You know what I mean? Like some players need that. I needed that. Like the coach would be like, hey man, good job, bro. Like Stan would do that. Like, you know what I mean? So it was a difference.
You know what I like with Stan, like I always be like Stan had his good and bad.
Yeah.
Like if that ticker ain't on, Stan is the coolest, like coolest happening. How you doing? Like Stan, like
Hell yeah.
that's Stan. But when that switch comes on, oh my God. He could just be telling a joke with you and then time, boom. Yeah. What the are you still sitting here for? You're like, I'm sitting here because I was having a conversation with you. Get your ass on the goddamn line. And then it just became serious. So you had to adjust quick.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the only downfall Stan has, he knows it, he just don't know how to deliver it, is just when the game starts, just let the players figure it out. You don't have to figure it out because what ends up happening is if you become the alpha male, the real alpha male doesn't lead. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He doesn't like KG or them, and they say, "Yo, do this," and you like, all right, because you've been you're at war with them, so you understand when I need to listen or when I'm like, man, he just talked too much. You know, you do that with the players.
That was Dwight. Like he was the alpha male, and he just didn't respond to Stan. Like, imagine being in a pregame, right? We were going over all the lists, who you got to guard, and Dwight rips a fart, huge as hell, and Stan's just like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like when you can't tell your best player or hold him accountable, it's just like, it's a shit show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because when I was there, it became one of those things. You know, I'm coming from Washington, but it's after I got in trouble, so I'm squeaky clean. You know what I mean? So I don't got no input. I don't got no say so. You sub me in, you put me in for 1 second, take me out. I'm not even giving you a stare. I'm just sitting there, so I got to watch for the first time, looking at coaches, understanding, and then I realized, I said, see, the fact that Stan wants so much control, Dwight can't grow. Yep. He can't grow. He couldn't grow into the leader that everybody wanted. So all he became is the comedian.
Yep.
So now when Turk or Luke is being lazy, we can't say, yo, Turk, man, come on, man, stop this bullshit. Let's go.
Let's go.
You know, we can't do that because for the most part, he's ripping every one of us, and we say, don't even worry about it, man. It's like sometimes you have to let the players do the check-in.
Well, there's a point right there. So every coach wants to run the show. That's their job. You know, they're driving the bus, right?
They're not driving the bus.
Well, to a point. When they got the board and they're pregame, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Everyone's cool. Rip a fart, whatever. But then when it comes game time and the ball's up in the air, step back, let us do our thing. We heard you. Let us do our thing.
That's usually the problem sometimes with teams. It's like you got to remember you're coaching practice. Pregame, I'm disciplined in practice, pregame. That's where my job comes in at. When the game comes, it's what I'm giving you guys, and from there, I'm just making adjustments on what I'm watching this coach do. Mm-hmm. From there, I can't sit there and pull every string because what ends up happening is the players is sitting there like there's been times where you look at the like, yo, sort this out, man. Yeah,
for real.
You know what I mean? Because you have that. The players know he's getting killed. Out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
With Stan, there's no looking over there. That's the last place you want to look at.
For real.
You look over there, you getting subbed.
For real.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where he will be a great coach if he learned how to give a little during games. And just let the players, let the players coach the players. Because you can't coach the players in games. That's where war is. We don't want to be in it. We trying to make decisions on the fly. You can't be sitting in the ear. I gotta let me think how I think. I know what the game plan is, but I see something different because I'm going this way. You're coaching this way. And I don't think a lot of players understand. I mean, a lot of coaches understand that.
Yeah. Big difference.
Because it's like, if you try to coach a team with training wheels on, we're never gonna ride for ourselves.
Yeah, and you know, that's why Kevin was so good, because he policed the team. First of all, he came there and said, okay, cool, I'm gonna be the third option when I can be the first option on this month, really. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, let Paul fall in and Ray fall in, but at the same time, when there was unbalanced situations, Doc left it up to Kevin. Like, you know what I mean? And he was always the sacrifice. When you can, you know, you can shoot the shot, but you're gonna go second pick and roll all the time. That means you wanna, you know what I mean? You're giving yourself up, you know? So, you know, it was a big difference when I seen, you know, that, you know, they had Kevin right there to kind of, like he said, it's a war, warriors. Like, we gotta go on the fly. You gotta give us what we need, but let us go out there and we might have to run a couple randoms right now. Let's run a random right now, because you know what I mean? Let them do that. So it was a huge difference. It was a big, big difference, but, you know.
And that's what, you know, when you talk about, you know, coaching and you know, championships and, you know, like, oh, this coach did this. It's like, yeah, he did. He did. He did his thing.
Did his thing.
But if they were successful, that means he gave the team a little bit more power. He's giving them a little bit more power, because just like a Clipper team and a Laker team, the difference is last year, LeBron, AD, this you, I'll get everybody else involved. Clippers, they sitting there looking at each other like, what you gonna do? I mean, I'm option number one. He over there looking like he option number one. You got two bench players talking about shit. We option number one. You know what I mean? So there was no pecking order. You know what I mean? Because there was no pecking order, when it was time to sacrifice, it was like, nah, I ain't shooting 3 shots.
But you don't think Doc with that group had a conversation with somebody?
The coach can't have the conversation.
Up to a certain point, they can.
The coach cannot dictate who does what.
He wouldn't say, go figure it out?
No.
Just that?
No, that's what people don't understand about sports. You can say he's the number one option, and that's what this your guy, he's number one option, and we in practice, and there's another number one option. And the players is like, well, hold on, man. Like, you keep giving him the ball at the end of the game, man. We losing because of it. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Everyone starts looking at him bad because the coach is giving him the power, and he don't have it anymore. So it's the players that figure it out. So that's when he comes in and say, hey, listen, you know, I'm winding down. He's the number one option. And then if he don't have nothing, come to me, and then I figure it out. Then that's when the team goes from here to here.
Yeah.
You know, the coach can't do it. The players do that between training camp, work ethic, practice. You figure out your roles then.
Yep.
Yeah, what you're saying, the Clippers are a perfect example, actually, because something's funky when you got Lou Williams, and they'll probably try to force it. Like, Kawhi, triple threat, PG, triple threat, you're our guy. But at the end of the game, Lou should be the one that he's a shot creator. He's a hooper. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's where I remember I was saying that when Kawhi and, you know, PG went there, I said, ooh, this is gonna be a problem. One, because, you know, Paul is trying to get his name back. Then you have Kawhi, who just won MVP, just won a championship, hit big shots to get to that championship, right? But then you have a guy who's been hitting big shots for the last 15 years. Who gets the ball at the end of the game? The world says Kawhi, right? PG says himself. The rest of that Clipper team says Lou. Someone has to have that talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was one of those things where y'all A's, because you got to remember, Lou was Clippers. That was his team.
Yeah.
You got 2 stars coming over. They're injured. They're coming in. They're playing half the game. So technically, the team is still Lou's and Trez's team. You know what I mean? So it was one of those things. If the stars didn't come in and say, hey, listen, this is y'all boat right now. Let us figure it out. Let us learn y'all way. so we can get this thing moving. Yeah. But if y'all don't have that, that's what I said. If you don't have that conversation, it's hard. But that is a big vet that does that. That's the LeBron, the Kobe's, the KGs. You know, those are those vets that come in and just lay the law down. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, young boy, we already, you know what I mean? Like if I'm coming out there, you coming out there shooting 10 shots. And then KG said, "Hey, young fella, stop that. That right there puts a hole in everything he's trying to do."
Because you were that guy.
Oh yeah, they called me a ball stopper. So I get it. And, you know what I mean? They're like, "Well, baby, what?" You know, so it was like I had to learn. But then when I learned it, it was like, okay, I can get money here. Yeah. I'm gonna go second pick and roll with Ray Allen.
Yeah. You gotta figure that shit out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go second pick and roll with Ray right quick. Okay, cool. Then I get a layup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now I'm looking up, I got 12, 14 points. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I got paid. You know? I was at the right place at the right time in Orlando, hit the game-winning shot in Orlando, and turned around and Orlando paid me. So it's just, you know, it's a crazy game, man. You just got to find your niche.
And that's what I said. That's the being a pro part. Finding your niche. Sometimes you just gotta, because everyone's watching.
Well,
everyone's watching you.
They watching.
You know what I mean? So even other players, you know, like, damn, big baby killing right now. He killing you, bro. Free agency, hey man, we need to go get the big baby, bro. Like, you know, how much you want? 30? We giving this mother 30, give him 30, you know what I mean? And that's how that works.
That's how it is.
We trying to, you know, you're trying to improve. If you let the player pay free agency,
team be broke.
They'll probably be broke, but you would have seen some teams be like, damn. Like you would have seen some big threes, some big fours, some big fives. Because we hang up, you know, you play with each other in the summer, y'all get a feel for each other, and be like, yo, I can really play with him. You be at UCLA, Chicago, Vegas, and you be sitting there like, let me go ahead. Hey, I need him at the 4 to 3. We rock, we click, we know what you know what I mean? You click and you try to get that person in the team, and they're like, it's not in our budget. Like, y'all are billionaires, bro. Stop this budget. Stop this budget. We trying to win here. You know what I mean? And that's how, like, if you know, like, was it Golden State that said, Baron Davis said we almost had KG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, like, there was some, the We Believe team almost had KG.
That'd have been crazy.
Would have put him over the top.
Yeah, for sure.
What happens when it's the other way? Is a guy that you don't want there?
Well, with our team, you know, if he showed himself, right, and you don't want him there, like, he will be gone. Mm-hmm. Like, Paul, Ray, and them will have a meeting, and, like, if we don't like him, you know, he's going to be out of there. I was always on pins and needles. Like, no, I swear to God. I was always, because I was second round, and it was just like, yeah, you can get rid of his ass. So, you know what I'm saying? I've always tried to, like, okay, I want everybody to like me. Like, I want to work hard.
Who was your guy, KG? Was your vet?
Yeah, he was my vet. But, you know, you have those, you know, interactions. Like, I had an interaction I didn't know at the time. You know, when you have an interaction with a big-time player, you know, if you get mad, he could get you out of there. Yeah. So it was my first day hooping, and we playing pickup. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, I'm out here. I'm here now. Boom, I get a jump shot. Boom, hit it. And I leave it up, like, get up. Like, yeah, talking to myself. Chicky look at me like, you talking to? You know me, I'm like, this is Ticket. You know what I mean? But I'm not no ass dude, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just trying to get my swag, you know, just trying to get right. That's how I come. Like, I ain't know nothing, big fella. Yo, swag. I'm a rookie. I'm like, all right, but, you know, it's just where I'm from Louisiana, so, you know, we bite out there. So it's like, it's different. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, swag. And then the next night, I thought I was going to get cut. Swear to God, bro. He walks in, he doesn't even say nothing to me. And I was talking to my mom. My mom was like, go to him and say, you know, man, keep it on the floor. You know, I apologize. I swear to God, dog, he walks right past me breakfast. I'm like, I'm in there early. He walks right past. He don't say shit to me at all. he's getting breakfast, so I kind of edge up to him like, hey, like, you know, like want him to speak to me, like, hey, didn't say, crush me. He just looked right past me, so I was just like this. I walked up to him. He was in his locker, and I was like, man, I apologize. Whatever I did yesterday, I thought it was gonna stay there, but I apologize right now. I wanna, and he was like, you good, little fella. Start laughing. And then he was like, you good. I got you. Don't worry about nothing. After that, we was inseparable. But, like, rookie.
Because you didn't back down.
Yeah.
And, you know, it like you know, like when, I remember when I was when I got in trouble, right? And people say, like, y'all fighting over money? It's like, no, it's not money. Like, that's what we have.
Yeah.
I said, it's
plenty.
It's, if you back down against me, I can't trust you against him. Like, if I told you your swag and you don't step up to me, I think when someone else comes at you, when the villain comes at you, or comp comes at you, is that what you're gonna do?
Word.
You know what I mean? And that's how we test each other. You know, I want to see what he gonna do.
First day.
So I know. All right, when it's time to go, and we getting to going like this in the game, I know he ain't gonna back down. You know what I mean? And that's how it was. So even I remember when Paul Pierce, when Andre Blanche hit a basket, and he's like, hell yeah. And Paul Pierce like, who are you?
But they would beat us.
And then he looking like, who? What? Blanche? Who is this guy?
But they would beat us though. You go look at the 08 squad and against the Wizards. They were the team that damn near, I think it was like 3-1 y'all beat us like that year. Like it was crazy.
Because it wasn't about skill. It was about matching mentalities now.
Yep.
Because you know you're looking at all alphas, so they're gonna just try to mentally bully the court. You know what I mean? So we know, all right, KG gonna start with the right. He gonna start with the mouth. That's gonna get Paul going. You know, once Paul start going, then Paul's going. Now you got two alphas on the court trying to bully, talking shit. Like you got that. Then you got the bench squad that's coming in trying to bully. They playing prison ball. You know what I mean? So you know they straight playing prison brutal basketball when they come in the game. So you got two type of groups that you mentally have to prepare for. Like so, it's like, all right, Andre, look. He said this to you, talk back to him. Talk back to him because if you let it go, KG gonna egg them on, and then it goes from there. And then they're beating us mentality. I mean, the mental part, every time we miss, it makes it seem like we done missed 10 straight. And then I said, if we just gotta match it mentally. Talk shit to KG, go back. I don't give you miss. You just keep in his head because he's gonna stay in yours. Yeah. And I said, and that's just a part of the game. You just gotta be able to look at your opponent and see what it's about. Like it's not always about the skill part. Yeah. Because if they can mentally get into your head, that skill goes out the window.
Mental warfare.
Yeah. Yes, and that's exactly what it was. Like KG with the energy, you're right, his energy would go, then it would give Paul like a, all right, let's go, C's. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was, you know, then you got Ray over there, like, but he gangster though, you know, Ray got some gangster in him. Ray will fight your ass, Ray will let you have it. Like, there's been plenty of time Rondo and Ray almost then really like, then tore the locker room down, like, cause Ray ain't scared. So it was definitely a great combination though, like just a player.
Tony Allen was on that team too, right?
Yeah.
See, that's what I said. You had a
true gangster.
Dogs. That's what you had personality. It was more personalities because it was bully ball, but they were skilled. So it's trying to figure out how to neutralize, try to neutralize certain players and keep it like balanced. Because if they hit you first, you're not coming back from it. It was just one of those type of teams that just had they had strong-minded players at every position. So you're trying to figure out how to, oh shit, he's about to pick on Twan, so we got to sit there and
punch Twan.
Yeah, you got to, so you got to sit there and, you got to sit there and try to manage, like, how's that working down? Like Draymond Green and Kevin Love. The reason Kevin Love never played well is because Draymond mentally had him. So you got to figure out how to get around Draymond to neutralize what he's doing to have Kevin Love spike.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those where you're playing chess. You know, you're playing chess out there a lot because it's no matter you average 20 and 20, he averaged 5 and 3. But against you, he averages 20 and 20, and you average 5 and 3. You know what I mean? It's that, and you like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
How does it happen?
Well, because there's certain guys on the schedule, you circle that game. There's other guys you put X on that one. I don't really want that one.
Once you cut him and he bleeds, you be like, I got this. I'm gonna make a career off of him.
Man, what? Gonna get some money.
Yeah.
But it's funny, we compared Stan and Doc, and the two guys I'm thinking to compare, same thing, was KG and Duncan. To where KG will talk, and you know he's coming at you with intensity. Duncan's silent.
Yeah, but he
Steady.
coming though.
Yeah.
Duncan coming. He might talk, barely talk, or conversation might be smooth out there, but Duncan coming.
But it's like, shit, it's a robot, man. How do I beat that Terminator?
Well, you had to guard them both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how do you get under Duncan's skin? I think that was mostly KG's trying to figure out how to get under Duncan's skin,
Yeah.
Did he?
Well, there's a lot going on with that, right? With that KG and Duncan feud, right? It's just two polar opposite, Two polar opposite, but they're just different type of guys. KG had a great balance of IQ, intensity. I'm gonna get the job done. You know what I mean? Duncan had a great feel for team, situations, but also the ISO, type of big that will really mess you up if you are not coming to play every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they got similar games, but they're just so different. You know what I mean? Like their energies are different. You know what I mean? So I can see why, you see the feud and who's the greatest. In my opinion, and I'm not blowing smoke up my teammate's ass, Kevin, but what I seen him do, was unbelievable. And I'm talking about for his energy. I've never seen somebody affect the team in every single way.
All right, let's take a break and let's talk about our good friends at Athletic Greens. This episode of the No Chill Podcast is brought to you by Athletic Greens, the most comprehensive daily nutritional beverage you can try. When it comes to nutrition, it's all about balance. With so many things going on, you want to balance out your nutrition when you get your workouts, when you get your rest, when you're trying to juggle your workload, your family load, all your responsibilities. With so many stressors in life, it's difficult to maintain effective nutritional habits and give our bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. Busy schedules, poor sleep, exercise, stress, or simply not eating enough of the right foods. This is where Athletic Greens can help. Their daily all-in-one superfood powder is your nutritional essential. It's by far the easiest and most delicious nutritional habit you can add to your health routine today and empower you to take ownership of your health. I tried it. And I'll tell you, it's the easiest thing. You get a bottle, you throw 12 ounces of water in there, you throw your scoop of Athletic Greens, you shake it up, and you get enough nutrition to last you throughout the day, throughout your workout, and beyond. One tasty scoop of Athletic Greens contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients, including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic greens superfood blend, and more that all work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet, increase energy and focus, aid with digestion, and supports a healthy immune system, all without the need to take multiple products. And that's exactly what it is, the simplification of the nutrition you want to accomplish. You want that balance. Athletic Greens continues to obsessively improve this one holistic formula based on the latest research, producing 53 iterations over the last decade and counting. They invest in the most absorbable and natural source of each ingredient and go above and beyond in third-party testing to ensure their customers continue to receive the highest quality and best nutritional habit each day on the planet. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you like to eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free, and contains less than 1 gram of sugar, all without compromising on taste. And right now, Athletic Greens is doubling down on supporting your immune system during these winter months. They're offering fans of the No Chill podcast a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit our link today. You'll basically never have to buy vitamin D again. So whether you're looking for peak performance or better health, covering your bases with Athletic Greens makes investing in your energy, immunity, and gut health each day simple, tasty, and efficient. Simply visit athleticgreens.com/no-chill and join health experts, athletes, and health-conscious go-getters around the world who make a daily commitment to their health every day. Again, simply visit athleticgreens.com/no-chill and get your free year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs today and get that balance with Athletic Greens. All right, let's also talk about our good friends at Gabby. You know, we're all looking for ways to save money, right? Especially now. So let me ask you this. How'd you like to keep an extra $961 a year in your pocket? That's how much Gabby customers save per year on average on car and home insurance. That's why when I was shopping for insurance, I checked out Gabby. This is the time of year we go shopping for insurance. Well, Gabby takes the pain out of the shopping for insurance experience by giving you an apples-to-apples comparison of your current coverage with 40 of the top insurance providers like Progressive, Nationwide, and Travelers. Just link your current insurance account, and in just minutes, you'll be able to see quotes for the exact same coverage you currently have. That's exactly what I did. Entered my information, and I wanted peace of mind. That's the main thing I went to check out. And I got exactly that by knowing I was going to save money and I wasn't going to be hassled for it. So I entered my information and found I was overpaying, and I found a way to save, and it was all thanks to Gabby. Like I mentioned earlier, Gabby customers saved $961 per year on average. I bet that'd be nice to have in your pocket every year, especially at the end of the year when you look back at what you spent it on. If they can't find you savings like they did for me, they'll let you know so you can relax knowing you have the best rates out there, even better. And they'll never sell your information, so no annoying spam or robocalls because those are the worst. So you're probably overpaying on car and home insurance. Take some action. See how much Gabby can save you. It's totally free to check and there's no obligation. Go to gabby.com/no-chill. That's GABI.com/no-chill. Gabby.com/no-chill. Get that peace of mind and save money.
Like, when you seen Paul, yeah, Paul was good, but Paul was pumped up a little bit in KG. Mm-hmm. KG gave him some gas.
Yeah.
We all know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, KG sparked the imagination or just sparked the career of Rondo. Like, you see Rondo and how the way he is, militant, IQ, how he is a player, like, he'll tell the coach about, I didn't see Rondo tell Doc, kiss my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that mindset, like, he gave so much. Like, he added, 4 more years to my career because I finally had an understanding of how to work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like if he would have had the coaches and the surrounding players like Tim, he would have had about 10 or 12 championships. To me, 8.
You think of those Minnesota years.
No, that's just it. We judge, well, not we, we're players. The world judges players off of rings.
Yeah.
Right? They judge off this medal. And we judge off impact. So you're right when it comes to if you just take 2 players and the numbers are going to be the numbers, right? And then one's going to have rings more than the other. But then you say, all right, what was the impact? You got to remember, one energy is boosting up a team, and sometimes there's going to be 5 to 7 games where he's going to talk the other team out of wins. You know what I mean? Yeah. That counts. That counts. He can talk a whole 12-player roster out of a win. He can take guys who's having problems in their day and say, fuck all that dumb, let's go.
Let's go play.
And give them motivation that they didn't have that game. So that accounts them 14 wins for a season. Just the mental part of it has nothing to do with skill. That's where the players judge. And it happened this year, All-Star game, right?
Yeah, it did.
Right? All-Star game, you got a team that's number one, and both the players on the team gets drafted last. Because the players themselves, we know what's what. We know we don't go by the same, measurables y'all do. And the team got their number one and they they got a good balanced team. But he's an all-star. Yeah. He's an all-NBA player. I'm gonna pick him first. What's happening? Not dumb. What you talking about? I'm not trying to play against that motherfucker right there. He scored 72 as a 19-year-old? What's happening? Come on, you're my second pick. We're gonna do that. But that's just, the players, like if you let the players vote on MVPs, it'd be different throughout this. It'd be a different, it'd be a different formula that we use. We use what we see, what we play against, what we, how he's impacted the game versus just straight numbers and calculations.
Yeah, it's that level of respect that if you're on the sidelines or in the stands or watching on TV, you only see a certain focus. But if you're right there in it, guys, some guys stand up more than others.
Because we see the impact and the sacrifice of what someone's capable of and what they're doing, right? So yeah, he might average 5 and 4, but if he wanted to average 20, we couldn't stop him. We can't stop you. We can't stop you. Yeah. You're making passes that most players wouldn't make to get the extra shot, to move the ball, to make us move a little bit more. So yeah, we're equating like, he's averaging 5. Why we double him? We gotta double to make sure he just keeps passing the ball. You know what I mean? We do that. You know what I mean? That because we're players, we know what's what. We watch it, we see it. We don't look at this numbers and say, oh, he only 32% from the field. Yeah, well, I mean, most of his shots, he get that last bomb, but we ain't gonna leave this motherfucker open. Yeah. We're not going under. You talking about under because you're looking at his percentage, not how his percentage got low. You know what I mean? It's low because 3, 2, 1, and he got to chuck it up there. But other than that, the motherfucker's shooting 78 from this little spot right here. Nah, you better close out, goddammit. but that's playing against somebody all the time and watching him. That's his sweet spot. No, you got it. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, man. For you can't do it. But I definitely, I wanted this moment. I know this is probably like off topic, right?
Mm-hmm. Bring it.
I want to thank you. You probably don't remember this. You came to the Pete Mavericks Assembly Center. You guys played Stroman and them. I was there at that game.
Oh, for real?
We're talking Arizona LSU.
Yes, and it got me going. Cause it was Torres Bright. I never forget this. Torres Bright, Lamont Rowland, Jabari Smith, Stroman, and y'all came to the Pete Mac and played. That was my first taste of college basketball and just I want to go to the league. Yeah, and I'll never forget. I was standing out of the tunnel. Y'all had lost, and you were mad. And Richardson, and all them boys, Stoudemire, Lauren Woods, big Lauren Woods, and that just gave me so much curiosity. Could I play on this level? And from then on, I wanted to go to LSU after that day. I basically committed that day. Because I was 8th grade. I committed that day. I want to go play for the LSU Tigers. And then because they had beat y'all. Yep, and I want to thank you for that. Because I remember, I swear to God, yesterday, it was I remember watching you play, and it was just you was killing Torres ass, but you know what I mean? It was just a good game.
What's so funny is this, that game, we ain't even paying attention to them. Like, well, we about to smack them. Who we got next? Like, we about to smack them. All had there. Like, yeah, they got a few guys who could jump. Nobody care about that, right? All hyped. Come out the locker room. Woo! Come out the locker room. Make that left. A tiger in the cage. It was a real tiger. Yo, at that moment right there, we lost. That scared all thought process out. Like imagine just turning the corner.
Tiger.
And just like, yo.
It was crazy.
Like we in the layup line, like, yo, did that just happen, bro? We almost died.
You're trying to think about basketball. Normally you think about basketball, you're trying to think about, is this Tiger gets out of the cage, what am I going to run to if it gets loose on the court?
Like we're doing, I'm just sitting there thinking about that Tiger, and they came out just... I think Stromal gave us 20 and 20 that game.
That was that league game.
Yeah.
He went to the league after that game.
Yeah,
He literally was like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
After that. Yeah.
You know, because were we one then? We were like we was 1 through 5 at that point.
And they had to be top 5 too, right?
No.
Hell no.
No.
That LSU team?
Hell no. 22 or probably not even ranked.
They got their name off of us.
Swear to God, the rankings start going up after
They got
that.
the name, because that's what I said. Because that's what I said. We got a few players that could do it, but they wasn't. And that's when Stromal came out with 20 and 20, and he was just
all layups.
dunking the layups.
On Woods? That was on Woods?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on Lord Woods.
We
then you had a big
Michael Wright now. It was Michael Wright.
Is that the
Y'all
big
had
strong?
y'all had Jabari. You had the big.
Jabari, Colin Temple, Ron Dupree.
Ron Dupree, the jumping. Yeah, the jumping guy. They had athletes.
Who's the big strong guy I used to have with the big calves?
Oh, that's Michael Wright.
Michael Wright? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but had all the hair.
Oh, that's Eugene Eggerson.
That was Eugene. Okay, I remember that team by the whole.
Eugene. He was like he was our but came off the bench though. But he was that energy. He was Draymond. He was like Draymond Green type. He just gonna come in, work. You know, he was from Louisiana too.
Yeah, he from Louisiana.
Yeah, come in there, pick rolls, bodies, make him come in here. You ain't gonna just keep fouling like that. Make him come in here, give him a little hack. You know, he was the power of the team because you know he came in senior, did his thing, mental like you know he was
strong. Yeah, man, you got me going. I swear to God, I committed that day. I was like, man, and every time I seen you after that, it was just like, damn, this is pretty lit. Like he in the league, because I'm from the hood. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they be like, yo, come to the game. I'm like, that's like joy. Yeah. So everything, like I remember like it was yesterday. Like it was crazy to me. It really started my basketball journey. I want to thank you for that.
Oh, no problem.
So you were no longer a football player.
Yeah,
I was done after that. I was like,
I went in, got my ass whooping. He's like, I'm a fan now.
For real.
And I knew you'd remember, most likely, that game.
Oh, you know, that's what I'm saying.
Not just the Tiger, though.
No. We remember that. That's what I said. It was that game because that's what.
It's an upset.
It was an upset.
We stormed we stormed the feet in the court. I'm like 8th grade. Like, it was crazy. It was super crazy, man.
What was it for you, that perception that you always had to deal with, that people see me one way, but this is really who I am, this is my game, there's more to me than what meets the eye?
You know, I've always had to kind of deal with that, right? Being undersized, right? Always, you know, I just played my heart on my sleeve. I love the game and I played my heart on the sleeve. Like, that's just how I approached it, you know. And, you know, I tried to do things like other guys and I finally realized I am not those guys. So what do you do best, Glenn? And you just do it. And I probably would have been out of the league faster if I didn't go straight to hey, this is what you need to do right now. Because I'd have been fighting. You know what I mean? I'd have been fighting. I'd have been like, oh, you know what I mean? Like doing this and doing that and not really the concept of really working. You know what I mean? I didn't have nobody telling me to come inside street lights. Like, you know what I mean? I'm coming in the morning. I'm getting my clothes to school in the morning, grandma. I'm right around the corner. You know what I mean? So that discipline, you know, it really gave me a lane, right? To be disciplined, and then I carved my own niche, setting picks, doing the right things, team defense, post defense, doing those things great. So, so they can see me. Like, okay, there go Glenn. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, and that's why when, that range shooting 4 started to come in, I was locked into who I started to become, and I had to change it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just focused on what I can do and just doing it the max, and let my energy take course.
So basically, that was the perfect team for you to go to.
Perfect.
When you look at teams and you look at players, some players thrive because you got to remember when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 coming into the NBA, it's you.
Yeah.
There's no guidance. There's no authority, right? Like people don't realize there's no authority. There's no one that says, "Hey, do this, do that, do that, eat this." Like no, all right, you're a pro now.
Yeah.
What's happening? And then you go to practice and you practice, and you go home, and then you have the rest of your day to not get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You have the rest of your day to not get in trouble.
Yeah.
You gotta remember in high school, college, you're burning, you have a set burn day, right? So when you get home, you kind of, all right, I got about an hour left before I gotta start winding down. No, in the NBA, your wind down is 1 o'clock. Then you have here until 11 or 10 o'clock the next morning to try not to get in trouble, to try not to lose your career.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Because you got all the money, you got fame, what you gonna do with it? And if you don't have a veteran team, an older team that has discipline, that can teach you discipline. Because you gotta remember, when you're young, you're watching.
Yeah.
So you're watching everything. You're watching how he pull up to the car, how he do interviews, how he deal with people, how he do, like, you're watching. You're trying to figure out who you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're trying to figure out who you are, so you're just sitting there peeping. Okay, all right. Take a little bit from here. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, he partied a little night, and he partied last night, had 40. Okay, I can try to try that too.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes to sleep at 9 o'clock. He had 40. Okay, let me try to go. Like you're trying to figure it out because there's no one to try. There's no one to teach you the ropes.
Yeah, no one to teach you the ropes.
So it's like, when you say I ain't had no, I'm coming in and like you go to a team and there's checks and balances.
Save my career.
As I said, there's checks and balances. You get there and you check.
Yeah. But KG knew that at that point in his career, that's what he would do for you, right? Like he knows, I gotta have my team, this shit's gotta be buttoned up because we're never gonna go anywhere, especially for the young guys coming in.
Well, he had an understanding, but it's just like, you gotta be able to receive, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was the youngest person on my team for 3 years because the other rookies didn't receive or accept the culture fast. So it's just like, to have a guy there, you know what I mean, is one thing, right? But then it's like to be there and to listen to that guy, to want to sit here and hear this guy. You know what I mean? You got to have a sort of like a kind of a listen button, you know what I mean, to kind of figure this thing out. You know what I mean? So like, because KG, if he don't like you, you know what I mean, or your energy's not like, you out of there. Ask J.R. Giddens.
What's so funny is you out of there and you didn't even learn. You gotta remember, you didn't learn and get the fast track pass.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, they done went through that struggle of not knowing how to win, losing, bad work. Yeah. They done did that. And sometimes when we're coming in like, yo, I got it out. So when they say, hey, young fella, you got to take 300 more shots now, you get your ass back on that line. And you're like, oh, hell no, I get back on the line. And you're not realizing where I am now, they're telling me for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they've already did this. Mm-hmm. So let me just go ahead and accept that they say, because they see that, okay, he probably out of shape, he probably a little bit lazy. Let me go ahead and run some more because they're 12, 8, 9 years of, correct, bad, correct. So let me go ahead and see what the veteran's trying to really teach me because it's more than basketball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the vet wants you to respect that experience. So that story you told about KG, you know, at the breakfast table is exactly that. He respected you because you wanted, you said you're hard on your sleeve guy. So he saw that, all right, this guy really cares, this rookie means well, but he was establishing his dominance. When you held up that gooseneck too long, he's like, whoa. I'm the sheriff around here. So, but he did that for a reason because he cared about his team, he cared about his teammates, he cared about you.
For sure. Yeah, he was. He did real. He cared. That's my boy. You know, when you get on the plane and he hand you like, he used to stun on him though. I know he used to stun. All right, hey, young fella, take them 50s. I don't want them. 5,000 worth of 50s. I'm like, damn. Well, like, at the time, like, bro, we would go shopping like crazy. And I'd be like, you know, I sit there, you know, because my mom was like, boy, don't you be taking nothing from nobody. Like, and that's all I'll be thinking. Like, we'll sit there and he'll be like, hey, man, get some. I'm like, come on, take it out. I ain't getting that, bro. It's the Louis store. I'm like, nah, motherfucker. Like, try this hat on. Like, you like this hat? Like, he was that type of, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn. Like, bro, I had every China wall. Remember the China wall sweaters? They were, like, really expensive back in the day. I had every one as a rookie. I had 25 of them. Because every time he would go somewhere, I would be in the car, you know, hey, man, come on, let's go shopping. I'm like, damn. You know, and that's how it was. Like, you know, we used to get team meetings because he used to be so, you know what I mean? Like, tight. So it was like, it's crazy.
But as I said, like, just knowing his personality, because you wear your heart on your sleeve, that's who he wants around him.
Yeah, that's who, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's who he wants. So when you hit, like, that's what I said, you look at the gooseneck different. I'm the sheriff. That wasn't about the sheriff. He wanted to see if he was gonna back down. So since he didn't back down, the next day doesn't matter. It was that moment in time. Yeah. He didn't back down. That's my rook right here. Yeah. Partner with me. I got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Partner with me. I got him. Because I know no matter where we go, we at the club. I know. We good.
Smacking shit.
Yeah, that's we good. I know he ain't gonna let nobody run up on me. You know.
No pictures.
No pictures. Yeah.
No pictures. I was that rookie. Like, nah, they good.
Yeah. But you gotta remember, as a star player, yeah, you got bodyguard and stuff, but I'd rather hang out with my teammate. Because I know my teammate got my best interest. Yeah, the bodyguard, he's a bodyguard, but this is my teammate, he got my best interest. So, you know what I mean? I know, like I remember the story about us, this before you came in, when he was in Minnesota, Trent. Trent, that was KG's.
Still to this day.
That's his guy, because I remember there was something that happened in LA, and Trent, like someone tried to pull a gun on him. Yeah. Trent grabbed a gun. KG, get out of here.
Yeah.
What you doing? What you doing to my big fella? Get on out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, and that's his player. Yeah. You know what I mean? Trent had a job. Hey, he got 2 more years. I said he got 2 more years. He got 2 more years. You know what I mean? But those are teammates. You know what I mean? You gotta. That's if that was a bodyguard, it could have ended up different. Bodyguard, like, I don't want no problems. You know, your teammate, like, nah, you ain't just gonna be doing this to my teammate, bro. What's wrong with y'all? We got a game. Yeah. we got a game tomorrow. What the hell wrong with you?
Yeah, it's that ingredient of chemistry. You know the guy I'm thinking of, you get Scalabrini.
Oh, Scal. He was cool.
It's like, how did he fit into all that?
Scal was just white boy. You know how he is, just chilling.
Was he more like coaching then? Was he? Or he was just...
No, Scal wasn't coaching. Scal was trying to make it bag. He was getting
the White Mamba game was what, like 09, right? He was still doing it?
Yeah. Scal was that guy. Like, you know what I mean? He fit in really, really well. Like, you know what I mean? You know, funny guy. Yeah, he's funny. You know what I mean? I used to bust Scal ass. Matter of fact, thank you, Scal, for giving me that contract, man. That first one with the Celtics.
He killed us in college, too. He killed us in college. Yeah, it was him, and they had a dude named Sam Clancy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, Sam Clancy.
I remember them.
But the point is you have a group, and it's all the guys that are in that locker room, and it's the chemistry that you create and develop. And
oh, yeah, that was the best times, though. Like, after like the shower and we just sitting there just chilling. Oh, we standing there about an hour and a half.
Talking.
Talking about everything. I'm taking to the grave with me.
Yeah.
I'm taking everything to the grave. But those were the best times because just the camaraderie, right? And just, like you think about it, like we had all type of shit. We used to shoot videos. We used to do all type of shit. Like the Blu-ray games were just, that was our camaraderie. Like Blu-ray was our like, what we doing? 5, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, we in Utah.
Yeah, playing.
In the lobby. Yeah, you boo.
Yeah.
That's what I used to love. Like, you know what I mean? Those moments, you know what I mean? So like, it was just, I don't know, it was just magical. That team was magical. Like, you know what I mean? Like we won that thing, it was magical.
Especially when you win. Yeah, that's what goes into it.
But it's like you win it, but like you look back and we're 4 or 5 in the morning in the hotel playing Blu-ray. We ain't at the club. We in the hotel still around each other. Yeah. That's why, when people say, they had a fight. And who else were they gonna fight? They around each other 24/7. That's their brother. Like, they gonna have arguments. And I guarantee you, half the arguments had nothing to do with nothing. But had nothing to do with nothing.
Oh,
just one was having a bad day, the other one was teasing them. They had to fight. They let it go.
That's how it happened. But I had to fight with Eddie House. Cause of the same shit. We just talking, whatever, blase, man, come over my head with a bottle. Cool. Lucky it didn't break. I had to beat him up. It was like we was around each other so much, and just like the next day we sitting there eating breakfast, like, my bad, bro. My
bad, I beat you up, bro.
Man,
my bad, I hit you with the bottle, just
tripping, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, why you hit me with the bottle, though?
Yeah, but that's what I said. That's how it always is. It's like, you just, remember from practice, one got dominated in practice, he didn't like the feeling of it, the other one talking trash, you won, you lost, and then it just carries over, and then you have your little spit, and then
right back.
And then right back friends again.
We got tighter more. Me and Eddie Hill got tighter after that, so it's fun.
But that's what I said. So when stuff gets leaked, it's not, in our minds, it's not how it was portrayed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's not how it was portrayed. Yeah, we fought over $5, but it wasn't about the $5. It was how the approach of the $5. Plus, he scores 7 shots and he's ass. And, now he's bragging and dancing around the room. Now I got to get this nigga this shoe. And, I had to beat him up. But that's over now. We friends. You know what I mean? So by the time it hit the paper, it's actually already finished. It's late and we already back, buddy. We just hung out, got some drinks, and then the media pressure is what makes it like awkward. Yeah. It's the awkwardness. Like, these guys don't like each other now. We sitting on the bench like, no, we just finished like partying like last night. We had like 2 girls. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? But all right.
Oh my goodness.
But that's gonna happen. The media is gonna try to get in there. What people don't see are staying in the locker room for 2 hours after the game, or a conversation might not on the phone for 3 hours. Like that's all of the unseen family atmosphere. Like that actually defines a great team.
Yeah, it does. It does define a great team. It just creates a culture, a family-minded kind of culture, and we all kind of one for one, all for one for all type of mindset. So, and then basketball, it just creates so much, you know what I mean? And like, I can go to Rondo, and I ask for, $1 million. He'll give it to me. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you love those relationships. They stick with you forever. And, it's just a dope thing to me. I love it.
Man, it's like those are your friends. Like you have your childhood friends, but you got to remember, a childhood friend is a childhood friend. The NBA is, we all are the ones that made it out, whatever our situations were. So we all have the same story. We get here. Now we sitting here like, oh, what's wrong, man? Homeboy just got locked up, man. I gotta, pay $50,000 to this and this and this and this. And I'm sitting there saying the same thing. Then we realize, they milking you just like they milking me. You know what I mean? So what ends up happening is these become your long-time friends, where these are your memories because, like, I remember I said, I was like, I'm around my teammates more than I am my girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't really know her. I know him. You know what I mean? Because we sit back, we talking because there's no judgment, because we all doing the same thing. We all going through the same trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? I get in a fight with him. You got in a fight with your girl, man. We gonna go drinks on me, man. You get the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gonna drink our problems out. We gonna party our problems out. That's how that boat is filled. That's how the ship is filled.
It's the ultimate men's club. These are your brothers, but that's why you're traveling together, you're hooping together, you're going out at night, you're in the same hotel.
We're like Vikings.
Yeah.
That's how we used to say after the game.
Shit.
Let's get out of here. We're gonna kill the
pillage,
kill the men, take the women.
Yeah.
And we out to the next city.
Go to the next city. But that's why, it's when you hear like bad locker room guy, we already know what that means. You got a strong alpha male on the team. He's trying to put order in, and nobody else wants to listen.
Wow. CP3. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
It's someone trying to put order in the group. And the group is probably too young, and they ain't trying to hear it right now. Yep. And at the end of the day, if it's a young team, the old head gotta go. Get this old nigga out of here, man. We ain't trying to listen to all this practice and do. Nah, we don't want none of that right now. Uh-huh. And that's where that get yanked, and that's where that becomes the bad locker room guy. Yeah. It ain't a bad locker room guy to us. We know what that is. That's a bad locker room guy is a winner in a losing environment. That's KG on a losing team. Oh, he's a bad locker room guy. He's sitting there yelling at the team, talking about let's go. Like,
what we doing?
But y'all losing, so that's the anger management problem. On a winning team, they all bought in. They all got that same energy. So that's how somebody like Miami.
UD?
No. Why can't I do that?
Deion Waiters?
No.
Who?
Come on.
Jimmy
Butler. That's how Jimmy Butler in Chicago, they losing. Bad locker room guy. He goes to Minnesota, bad locker room guy. Goes to Miami, oh my God. Greatest teammate ever.
Philly you know what I mean? Bad locker room guy.
He ain't changed. The environment changed. Yeah. It's the environment that changed for him. Yeah. And that's why those two teams still look the same. You know what I mean? They wasn't mentally ready. They wasn't mentally ready to adapt to winning yet. Yeah. And that just like Kobe. When Kobe's last 2 years, the players didn't like him.
Yeah, they hated Kobe.
They hated him. Hurry up and retire. Because they wasn't ready to win. They wasn't mentally ready to.
And he was trying. You remember that in practice, he was saying they were soft as Charmin. He was going at Jeremy Lin.
Man, I'd have beat the shit out of Kobe.
But he was trying to push him.
But see, this is what he wanted.
They would cut me. But Kobe, who are you talking to?
But see, that's what he wanted. That's what Kobe. He wanted this. Yeah. He wanted this mentality. Yo, I need someone who wants to fight. Y'all are letting me do whatever I want to do out here.
Yeah. Nah, Kobe, you tripping.
Yeah. You know, man, and that's why you let the team, you let the players figure that shit out. Yeah. You let the players figure that shit out because he's trying to figure out who's riding, who's riding. Y'all ain't even talking back to me. Like nobody gonna say nothing. Y'all just gonna let me come down here and shoot 86 shots. At least say something to me. You gonna let me shoot every shot and not gonna say nothing? Like, no, say something. Like, let me know you care. Like, yo, hey, give me the ball, bro, or I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna say it, man, you better get that off the glass. But I'm like, all right, you okay, we're going the ball now, all right. You want the ball now, I see, okay, set this pick this. Let the pick, all right. Go ahead and throw you one of them now. Go ahead and throw you one of those. Because I really don't want to get beat up. So but I ain't gonna let you know now, you know. I was quick to lock my door. Boy, I'll tell you, hey, listen, Brendan Haywood, I remember I told Brendan Haywood one time, hey, he was like, man, hey, listen, man, like, I got a small guy down here pass me the ball. Man, you better get it off the glass. Somebody trying to pass. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I'm on fire right now. All I heard was,
Say, bro.
who that? This B Wood. Oh, what's up, B Wood? What you want? He was like, yeah, we gotta have a conversation. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Man, hell no. Listen, hey, bro, no. You're not gonna come in here, beat me up, and nobody breaks it up. That means you get to beat me up 5, 6, 7 minutes. No. I'm gonna call the security on you, okay?
Now.
You get away from my door, bro, you won. All right, you won the fight. All right, whatever you're undefeated. You beat me up every week. If I gotta write a letter in it to you won the fight, Brendan Haywood, I wrote it. Yeah. It's like, nah, you just ain't gonna be talking. Listen, I already said you won. Okay, I will pass you the ball first 5 times next game. Okay, yeah. Deal.
Yeah.
He only got a treat. He got a treat. I saved 2 shots.
So he kind of won, but...
He kind of won, but I kind of won too because I didn't do the whole 5. I gave him 3.
Fair.
It was a give and take there. But you know, that's teammates.
That's how you sort that shit out.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I got Brendan Hay. I got him on my top 10 most ugliest? No, I promise I got a top 10.
He's got a top 10.
I wouldn't be fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a big motherfucker. He's about 7'1", 2". I thought he was a big dino, like, you know, but he's really smart.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was like a
big
dino, like a, you know, a big dino brain. You know what I mean? Like, God damn. But he's really intelligent, really smart. I was really shocked about him, and he's been doing a good job on the ESPN.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. As far as we pay attention. Yeah. That's what I said. We look and see who's who, what can do what. Yeah. Like, we can watch ESPN and say, he don't belong on there. He dumb.
I don't know what the hell he
I don't know what he about to talk about. He dumb than the box of rocks up there. He got about 2 months. Like, we do that because we play, we look, we know, okay, I did the spin move. Give me the ball again, and then I'm gonna try it. Oh, he didn't even go for it. Spin move again.
Yeah.
Like, this man is dumb. Let's go. And he gonna let me keep doing the same move. He's never gonna adjust. Means he ain't a fast thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Gotta be fast out there. Especially to play like this dude right here. I would love to set picks for you all day.
Oh, why you think
Antoine? That's what I'm saying. Man, I'm setting them things, man. Because I'm either going to get the assist for the pick, right? That's my mind. That's how I used to figure. I'm like, okay, I got an assist from Ray right there. He made that. I set the pick.
Yeah.
That's how I used to count. Because I used to have to play games with myself. So, like, I'm trying to set as many random picks as possible. So a guy like him in a random, I'm coming. He don't even got to tell me I'm coming. He can be like, yo, get the out the way. I'm like, I gotta get the pick. Yeah, you know, because I was an undersized guy, right? But at the same time, I had to use the offense to get my space.
Yep. So you got to set a pick to get the separation.
When a guy like this is getting game plan, right? Because when you walk up in the it's gonna say Gilbert Reeves right there. This is how we gotta guard him. Mm-hmm. This is what we gotta do. Then I know for a fact, oh shit, you gonna have your game, but I know 10 or 15 of them passes gotta come to me.
Yep. Because I gotta pass it to him to make his guy show less. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because if he's holding that show, that means I ain't passing him the ball. Yeah. So I gotta boom, I throw it, hit a shot, good shit. Because I know now that next one ain't gonna come as far. I try to turn it if I can't, give it back. Yeah. Hit it again. Next one, he T-Rex arms it, turn the corner, score. And then coach yells, hard show, got it back to you. You know what I mean? And you play those games. Like, that's what I said, 90% of my pick and rolls with Antoine, because he was pick and pop. So when I came off the pick, I grabbed the outside of his leg. Yeah. So what I do is I'll come hard, grab the outside of his leg so I can try to turn the corner real fast. And then the guy couldn't get past me. He couldn't slide through. So when I go now, I'm forcing the big to do something, then that's when, because I know Antoine's popping. That only affects a guy who's rolling. Because if I'm holding his leg, he can't roll. Yeah. So I'm holding his leg and he just waits, and then.
Gotta show Antoine. Gotta show Antoine. Antoine's not gonna roll. If he rolls, he's gonna short roll.
Short roll with the floater.
With the floater. You gotta roll. But that's crazy you say that because I used to like to rescreen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to like to, you know, if I'm gonna set a step up, but, you know, I'll let him kind of go to a point where he's over a little bit, and I'll turn.
And then pop him right back.
I used to like the rescreen, like, because the rescreen is kind of like, okay, cool. Like, he comes off, they come back, I got it.
Yep.
He's gonna have to pass.
First one is like, you know, the first one is like a 50% hit, and the second one's that I used to hate guarding the rescreen.
Right.
Like, man,
defenders all out of sorts. Yeah.
Because you get hit, like oh, he grazed me, and then it's a quick bop.
Hit him with that 1-2.
Yeah. I mean, I would have. There's a couple plays I wish I could have played with. Right, you're on there, right? I have you. I wish I could have played like with guys like Kobe. You know what I mean? I was like guys that are great at scoring, but then like needs a big to give them a good pick.
You'd have been great under Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash, you'd have been great under. Younger Chris Paul.
Yep.
That New Orleans Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Because you'd have had that David West. David West position.
Oh!
Yeah, see?
He a real wizard at this shit.
Because, you know, that's how you look. You look at players who like,
that's exactly what I was
you
looking
look
at.
You know, like, okay, if he fit there, that'd have been harder to guard. You know what I mean? You start looking at, you know, like little situations and like, man, if he can just get over there, bro, his career flies. Like you can, like I remember when Carmelo was a free agent, right? And then it was like Houston. I said, oh shit, he out of the league. I said he out of the league. They don't, what he's great at, they don't need. You already got, you know, James holding the ball, doing what he's doing. Then you got Chris Paul, when he gets in his little mode, he's going, you know, stop that clock, let's get, you know, and then now I said, and then at the last 5 minutes, they already have a problem because James is the scorer. Chris Paul is the manager. So that's gonna bump because the manager knows we don't need 20 shots in the last 5 minutes. We need 6, 7 great shots. James is like, fireball time, let's have it. Yeah. He's gonna take 3, 4 questionable ones, 3 great ones, then he's gonna check some heat check ones. And Chris is like, no, we don't need none of that. He's gonna take 7, 8. So Melo just stuck in the corner. You atmosphere, you this. You know, I don't need you until I look at you. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna look the same. He's not gonna be thriving in what he's used to. So I said, that's a career-ending team. I said, you go to the Lakers, you might come off the bench to Kuzma at that moment, but the last 5 minutes, they need your type of scoring because they don't have that half-court guy who can sit there and, bucket getter. That's what LeBron needs.
You don't start coaching.
Huh?
Bro, that shit crazy. This shit give me chills. How this man talking his basketball like that? That's crazy. Because it's different than a coach. It's like a wizard. Like, you know what I mean?
Guru.
It's like a guru. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can take any player in his mindset and he knows, okay, this is a system that is so important.
This is so important.
Oh my God, like my career would have been so much better if I was like, hey Glenn, we'll put you in this position to be successful because I've seen it somewhere before. Like, I see it, like, you know what I mean?
That's what you could be, the fixer.
Fixer?
I would call him in just to say, what's going on with my team,
what's going on with my team? Like, well, you need to move him here, you don't need that. But you know, we so used to names. Teams are so used to, you gotta remember, they're trying to sell tickets. So they're used to names. They're used to names versus the position and the best player for that position. You know what I mean? So somebody might go after, you know, let's say a ticket, right? They need the ticket. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're gonna pay ticket, you know, 30 million, and he's gonna give you 18. If you're looking for points, I can give you this guy, and he might stretch the defense a little bit more, which means this player right here gets to average 20, because now he has more room because he's a driver. So I said, so that's how that switches off. Because I remember I had to send during the championship last year, it was game 6, and I said, I was talking to Phil. So me and Phil Handy, we just go back and forth. And I said, yo, tell Kuzma and Rondo just score. They don't need to be point guards. Just go get buckets. Because I said, because the other team is not expecting them to score.
Yep.
Just drive and just actually finish the basket, because they're expecting them to go halfway, pass it, so they can play half a defense. Just go score. They're not going to be expecting the bucket, because what happens is when you two are on the same court, I said you have Rondo, who's a playmaker. You have Caruso as a utility guy. Well, you got two guys who are not putting up points together, and then they're guarding points. You know what I mean? They're guarding guys who are actually trying to score. So you're gonna give 10, 15 points combined, and you're gonna give up about 30, even if you stop them, because that's what they're doing. So I said, your guys are a minus 20 on this team. You're minus 20. That means AD and LeBron have to do much more just to make up this. So you guys just score. Let LeBron do what LeBron do on the point guard. And Rondo, you just become a 2-guard at this point. Just go there and get buckets. Last game, 20-something.
Went crazy. Went crazy in the playoffs.
I don't even know if he got the message.
That's what I'm saying. I
don't even know if he got the message. But I told Philly, first 2 plays, I said, there you go.
That's so
he might have read it. He just didn't respond to you.
Who?
Phil at the time.
No, I told Phil. I told Phil. I don't know if he told Rondo, but I just said.
You're so right.
He didn't tell you that back, but he probably did.
They don't do as well if Rondo doesn't come through and do what he said he needed to do, like score the ball.
Yeah, just score. You got to know. Like sometimes, if I have a point guard and I'm coming as a point guard and I know he's a better team guy than me, then you're the point guard and I'm just gonna be the scoring guard. It's easy. Like that's what I said when I remember my last year in Washington, I had John Wall and Kirk Heinrich. So you got to remember, I'm on the out now. So I'm on the out. John Wall's the new guy. Kirk Heinrich is the steady vet. So I'm sitting here like processing like, damn, I need to adjust now.
Yeah.
Because it's either I adjust or I got to come off the bench. Me, age 0, coming off the bench because he's the new one. They gotta make room for him. He's the steady vet who's played the 2. So that means I'm a 3-man now? We got Al Thornton. Oh, they ready to put me on the bench.
Just drafted him.
Yeah, they ready to put me on the bench. So I'm sitting in training camp like, all right, this is the lineup. So they're gonna test it out to see if it works. They're gonna test it out to see if the shit works. All right, no, I'll make this motherfucker work here. I ain't going on that goddamn pitch. So now I gotta. Now I'm sitting here processing, trying to figure out how fast John Wall reads and boom, boom, boom. Okay, I know so he moves less. So let me sit on that side of him, right? So I'm used to this side, but he is a left-handed driver. Let me sit on that side of him. Dang. You know what I mean? So now, Kurt, you go that way. You know what I mean?
Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah, so when I run the lane, I'm running the lane to go all the way through. If I'm on this side, if I'm on that side, I stop and just stop on that lane. So when he does this and go back that way, I get to float up. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You know what I mean? It's about survival. And that was the only way I actually got to survive with John Wall because of that. I had to think fast.
You had to adjust.
Yeah.
A lot of free game here. A lot of game. I'm gonna say free. A lot of game here today.
I've been waiting for this moment, bro. I've been watching y'all, bro.
This is how it goes. But you got something. It's time for that. Ask Agent Zero. Probably a lot of things in your mind, but let's boil it down.
I got 4 questions.
Okay.
What did you say? 4?
But I'm gonna pick one
okay.
that I like, and it's epic, right? What were you thinking when you put on them shoes to hoop? You put on like
Dolce & Gabbana.
The Dolce
Dolce
Gabbanas?
Gabbana. I know, because as a basketball player, my feet, I can't put no shoes like that on. Like, what the hell? Did you really play in that?
Yeah, so what ended up happening is, I lost my Adidas contract, right? So now from there, I'm living the dream. The dream is I get to play in any shoe I want. You gotta remember when you come in, they try to hurry up. You Nike guy, you Adidas guy, so you stuck in shoes. You know what I mean? So now I get to wear all the shoes I've ever collected over the years from, high school when I was a 13 in high school. I stayed at 13, so I still got all those Jordans, so some of those first, as soon as I did this, the whole bottom split up, because I had them since 97.
We dried out.
You know what I mean? So this is the first time I'm like really getting to go out there. I'm color code matching, like
correct.
It was more about the fit in the game at that point in my career. So we go to LA. We go to LA, and Nick wore those shoes to the game on his fit. So I'm sitting in a locker. I don't even remember the shoes I had planned, but then I'm looking over there and I'm looking in the locker like, is this his game? The shoes he wearing in the game? So I'm just peeping them out, like, all right. Put on his uniform, put on his game shoes. Oh. And these motherfuckers match the jersey. Points. Right? I went, I grabbed them, did this to the bottom. Like, oh, I got the sneaker bottom. Okay, got the sneaker bottom. That's over. They ain't had no shoelace, so I had the strap. So, you're in the back doing these. They good. Cool. They good. Yeah, they good. And that's how they came up again. So, Nick Young watching, and he, in the shooting around like, no, man, come on, man. I just got them joints. Like, hey, man.
You got you again, Nick.
Man.
Sorry, young fella.
Yeah, bro. I pay you back something.
When I seen that, dog, I was like, bro, this dude crazy, bro.
Layup, you go in the layup line and jump like, oh, and they give me bounce. We tell ourselves anything.
All right, I got one more question.
All
right. I heard this was like a myth. When you used to go to the club, right? Mm-hmm. Where you used to get your bottles, right? Uh-huh. I heard you used to go in, get all the bottles, sparkles, and leave. I'm like, like, yo, Gilbert just came here and spent down there about 12,000, 13,000.
That's a certain kind of swag that you gotta have for that.
And left. You hear me? Like, just left. Like, okay, I'm gone.
So when when I first came in the league and I went to the club, they didn't have that bottle. They didn't have that sparkly shit. They didn't have the sparkly shit. That's when that sparkly shit came out, it was more about competition at that point. Like, you sitting there having a good old time. So I didn't drink in the club. Okay. I drunk at home.
Okay.
So this is my thought process. I used to watch. You watch AI, you watch all the people, they walking out of the club, drunk. They got their drivers and stuff, so they're not driving, but they're drunk.
They drunk as hell.
So anything can happen.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm sitting here like I'll drink at home, and then go to the club. By the time the club is winding down, I just drink water. I'm good. So I'm clearing up. And then, I get, I'm functioning when the shit's toxic. I'm like,
okay, yeah, watch him.
Yeah, I go, okay, he moving, they're together, I'm out of here, you know what I mean? So I can, instead of me and he drunk, like, yeah. So what ends up happening is, I remember when the bottles came, right?
Crazy,
You sitting there, it's dark, everybody a little vibe, and yeah. You got 3 bottles. Like, damn, what's that? 1, 2, 3. Hey, let me get 5. I want them little things on the top too. 5 of them. Right? 5. Doop, doop, doop. Right? Yeah. Right? And then boom, 10. I count. 3, 4, 5. Damn. It's only 2 of us. Shit, hey. 15.
15. Yeah.
Right? And as soon as it's coming in, then they start playing it, you start dancing a little harder. Yeah! Right? So I'm gonna keep going until he stops. It's competition now. I remember I'm in Miami, so there's a guy behind me. We're going back and forth. So I said, you know what? Let me just do this. So I said, sweetheart, this is what we're gonna do. Give me 20 bottles. At the end, let the last one veer off to him like he ordered 1. So I got 19, he got 1. All right? I need you to, and then tell the DJ to say something like, oh, he only got 1. He only got 1, right? And even though it wasn't ordered. And then, so I did that, boom, everyone started laughing. And I said, you know what? Then he orders more. I said, man, I can't keep doing this, right? Because then I found out he's a club promoter, so all them shits is basically free. It's free. So I said, you got water? The Fiji's water? They come in 6-packs? I want all of them. Every 6-pack you have. I don't want no one drinking water in this club. We in live.
Yo, that's cool.
In Miami, I want every bottle of water, put the little things in it, and choo-choo train that mother over here. Choo-choo. So when he done with his drink, they can't hydrate. they can't hydrate at all. And we in there like, what are they gonna do with all this water? We start having a little water fight. Yeah! That was me in the club. Like I didn't, because I wasn't drinking. I just did it the calm. Walk out of that 50,000, all the bottles are still there, I leave. I don't care what y'all doing at that point.
No, for real. I had a shorty, right? She used to do a little waitress. She's like, can you just let me the biggest tip? And he didn't even drink. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just let me like 10,000. I was like, what?
Just right there, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Bro, those are epic, bro. You know, like, I swear to God, she telling me that, I'm like, God, I'm number 11. Let me get 22 bottles.
That's what I said. I'm gonna sit there counting.
I had to ask you that because that's the only question I had. Like that,
because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'm gonna spend $100,000 at the club. God damn. But I won.
You
though.
won.
I won.
It doesn't sound right, but he.
That's what I said. It's like I just spent $100,000 at the club, but I won. My teammates know I won this one. There you go, baby. I'm out of here. I gotta go sleep this shit off.
I had to, man, because that was epic, bro. I heard that was like, nah, Gilbert didn't do that.
Yeah, you should.
Like, yeah, he did. Bro.
That's what it is, man.
They won't test you again. It was them damn sparklers, bro. It was them sparklers, man. Yeah. Soon as I see them, in my brain, soon as I see them, I get the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they think they hot. Give me mine. Being there, 2 people just,
But everyone's eyes in the club were on that VIP section.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I had to ask.
And then when I didn't want to do that, I just sat at the bar. I was like, I'm not even
Chill
going
at the bar. Don't even
be at the
go
bar.
over
I
there.
don't want no table. Y'all know what y'all trying to do.
Over there.
I know what y'all trying to do. I don't feel like competing today. I don't feel like competing. I heard who in here. You got Lil Wayne, Puffy in there. Y'all not gonna do that to me. Oh, bro, that man got a big pocket.
Man, for real. They used to get me though. I done lost bottle wars.
Bottle wars.
Like, oh shit, nah, I'm good.
I thought I had one more round in me. He done shut that one down. But that's a real thing, though. That's a real thing.
God, that's a real
Has
thing.
nothing to do with drinking. It's just we football play. Don't let
my
it be some
God.
football players in there.
Football.
They ain't even got it like that.
Ace of spade. Ace of spade. Let me get 3 of those.
Yeah.
I swear.
What do you got over there? Gold bottle. What's a gold bottle? Yeah. Gold bottle. Give me a gold bottle. He played for the who? The Jets suck. Give me. We don't even know. I don't even know who he is. He just Jets.
Oh,
give me 5 gold bottles then. I don't even know what the gold bottles is. You know what gold bottles is? I don't. Let them gold bottles come in, yes, sir.
All for the status.
All for the status. All to compete. Just
And thank y'all for letting me come.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, we learned some things here today, I think.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get out on this. We'll say it's all about finding your niche. Wherever you went, you found your niche. Wherever you are, if it's coming up in Louisiana, if it's in a club with bottles, find your niche. Find a way to shine one way or another.
Hey, it's about, it's about fitting in, and, fitting in, trying to find your footing, like anything in this world, it doesn't matter what you do in life, if there's already a team, you're trying to figure out how can you bring what you have to offer to the team without messing up that team, setting.
Yeah.
That's it.
And don't challenge this man in the club with bottle service.
That's all of us, though.
That's all of us.
That's everybody.
Like, I won't action too.
That's everybody.
If that car's swiping right, I won't action too.
Well, he's ordered. I'll just sit here and had a couple.
You be in the club and there be some people over there and you be like, man, I'm glad KG with me, bro. I'm glad he with me, bro. We ain't gonna take that off. We on ticket. You order 12 over there on ticket. Shit, yeah, baby. Ticket want 30 off.
Yeah, big ticket. Big ticket.
Hey, you be like this. I'm glad I'm in the club with Twan. We got shoes. Both of us is here. We both got the black card.
Yeah, you in trouble. You in trouble with them two.
Well, the Fixer that we're gonna say that's official now. For the Fixer, Gilbert Arenas. For Glen, Big Baby Davis, another great nickname. I'm Mike Botticello. This has been No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. Remember, you can catch us every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Fubo Sports Network, and we'll see you next time.